What is going on? It's Alex here. Thanks for watching, and today I'm going to share my routine or my ritual that I do before I take any check ride. Definitely a good place to start is by making sure that all your charts and all your publications are current. For example, I've got a aeronautical chart here. Yeah, it's I think we're gonna have to buy a new one for sure. And also my chart supplement is definitely expired. Now, I don't have a check ride coming up. I'm just gonna be simulating that I'm taking a check ride so I can share what I do with you guys. Okay? So let's do it. So I got about an hour left. This pilot shop is gonna close. So I recommend that, if you know that your charts are almost expired or about to, just to order them online, a week before, so that way you're not rushing. If you need pilot supplies, this is the spot right here. Alright, now that we have current publications, it's time to check that the aircraft is good. I always like to do a pre-flight before the check ride, and also check that all the documents are on board. It's a rental airplane, so sometimes people touch things and they don't leave them where they're supposed to be. So I'd rather know all those details before I go into the check ride. Let's do that. Alright, so here we are inside the airplane, and I just want to make sure that the airworthiness certificate, registration, pilot's operating handbook, and the current weight and balance is all inside the airplane, and I know that they're where they're supposed to be. Okay, so let's check that. So here we go. We have the airworthiness certificate, and we have the registration, and let's make sure it's not expired, and it's not. It looks good. Because today is June 15, 2020. So actually it's going to be expiring soon. As you guys know, registration expires every 3 years. Alright, here's the POH, or POS, I would say. It definitely saw better days, but this is the official POH, and the weight and balance, current weight and balance is right in here. Also, another thing I like doing is to check the fuel, make sure we have enough. I usually just top it off, and when I do my weight and balance calculations, I know I'm just gonna put full fuel, and that way I don't have to worry about it in the morning. So let's do that. Alright, fuel looks good, so now I'm just going to do a quick walk around, make sure I don't see anything strange, anything broken, or anything that needs immediate attention. I wouldn't want to go into the check ride and then find out something's wrong, so I'd rather know it before the day comes. Alright, everything looks good, fuel looks good, airplane looks good, so now it's time to check the logbooks. Alright, let's go over the logbooks. first, I'm gonna open up the airframe log, make sure we have the 100-hour inspection and annual done, and we do. I see the ELT here. We have the IFR cert done. Here's the altimeter, transponder, and static system, pitot-static system, every 24 calendar months. That looks good. On the airframe, propeller, here it is, perfect. And lastly, I'm gonna check the engine. All right, there's the annual inspection, 100-hour. Excellent, awesome. So everything looks good. Also, I'm gonna go over the ADs, make sure that's done. Now, I do recommend you check the logbooks maybe like 3 or 4 days prior to the check ride, because sometimes, maybe something's missing or someone forgot to put the sticker or the entry. That would be weird, but sometimes things like that happen. You just want to be ahead of the game and catch those things before the day comes. It's funny because when I was taking my multi-engine check ride, I came to the flight school and checked the logbooks a day prior to the check ride, and I was going through them. This is actually funny. I'm going through them and I see the annual, but I don't see the 100-hour inspection, and I start freaking out. I started freaking out. I'm like, man, what am I gonna do? So I actually called the mechanic that worked on the aircraft, and I know him because I worked as an aircraft mechanic, and in my mind I'm thinking like, idiot, he didn't put the 100-hour inspection in there. Just to realize that I was the idiot. Why don't you guys go ahead and comment below why I was the idiot. Let's see if you guys know the answer. Definitely, I should have known better. Alright, so I'm satisfied with everything. I like what I saw. Nothing abnormal with the airplane. All the documents are on board. Logbooks are straight. So now it's time to go home, get that cross-country, weight and balance, and other stuff ready for tomorrow. I'll see you there. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and fill out the navigation log. Obviously I can't really do the true airspeed, all the gas that I'm going to be using, or the ground speed. I'm going to do that tomorrow morning with the current and weather information. But like, for example, you can definitely go ahead and put all your checkpoints, the altitudes that you're gonna be using, so things that are not gonna change with weather. I also have my flight plan, of course, is the new flight plan, the international flight plan. Make sure you fill out one of those. And I'm also gonna go ahead and draw my route that was assigned by my examiner in the chart. So let's get right into it. I got most of the navlog ready. I was able to highlight my route, put all my checkpoints, and now that I have that ready, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting all the information required by FAR 91-103, which is runway lengths, runway takeoff data, and landing data. So I have all that ready for tomorrow. And also, I'm gonna take care of the weight and balance. So let's get that done. Right, so now that the stuff under 91-103 it's done, and our navlog is ready, and our weight and balance is done, we can start getting our flight bag ready. So, I always like going into the checklist, the applicant's checklist in the oral handbooks. You have different ones for private, instrument, depending on what rating you're going for. And we're just going to go through the checklist. So the first item is aircraft documents, which we already checked and everything was good. Aircraft maintenance records were all good. And let's start with personal equipment. So view limiting device. Let me see, here it is. That's going in the flight bag. We have current aeronautical charts. Well, that's not a chart, that's a chart supplement. So we'll put that in here. Here's our chart. Put that in here as well. If you're going for your instrument, you should put your low IFR chart with your procedures. We'll put our plotter and I'm gonna put that one here. It is, as you see, is getting pretty cool over here. Everything is just falling. Now here's our electronic E6B. I always recommend the electronic. I know you can get the whiz wheel, but man, we're pretty advanced, so you can use the electronic E6B. Put our current far aim. Actually, this one I'm gonna put it in my book bag with my other references, because I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna use this in the airplane. And I mean, if the examiner asks me any questions on FARs in the airplane, I can just, you know, if I don't know the answer right off the top of my head, I can give the answer when we get to the ground. All my flight plans and flight log and all that is in this binder over here. This is where I have my flight plan, my nav log, all my test results. I always keep them in here just so everything is organized, and literally I can just grab this, open it up, and show it to the examiner. It's gonna go in our book bag. Let's see what else we got. I'm gonna put my knee board in there, and this is my cheat sheet, that's what I call it. Let me get a little closer here and show it to you. So this is, I use this one for my multi-engine check ride. There's like so many different items that you gotta remember that I just made this small checklist that I put with my knee board, and it's just like a small checklist. You know, like some people, you know, may forget like the 5 T's or the 5 C's. Well, I have everything in here. I don't know, that's something that you could do for your check ride. So I'll put that in here with my knee board. Alright, identification. I always make sure that I have all my necessary identification inside my wallet, including my ID, my medical certificate, and my pilot certificates. And I always like taking a secondary source of ID, such as passport, just in case. Sometimes I actually, in my private, my ID didn't go through, so good thing I had my passport. Also, it's not completely necessary. I'll definitely go over the 8710. It is pretty much like the instructor's responsibility to make sure that all the information in there is correct. But if I was you, I would just go over it, make sure everything matches. For example, your medical examiner's name matches your actual medical, your name is good, your address is good. Just to triple check things. I always like triple checking. You're going for your IFR or your instrument rating, I recommend putting a timer in there. I always take some extra pair of glasses. These are like some cheap plastic ones. Just put it in your bag just in case you forget your actual sunglasses. That's, I think, a pretty good idea. So with this, we're pretty much ready. I'm gonna go ahead and put an alarm for 5 in the morning tomorrow. Most of my check rides, they've been in the like morning time, like right around 9. And I always wake up super early to make sure I go to the gym, I have a great breakfast, I just go over everything one more last time. And I'm just kind of like relaxed. I know I have enough time. You know, if you live far away from the airport, you know, waking up early has a lot of advantages. Who knows, you might have some traffic, so you always want to make sure you have enough time to get everything done and ready, and you are just calm. You don't want to be stuck in traffic, you know, and you're getting stressed out. This is a very important day. You just want to remain as calm as possible so you have the best outcome. Alright, so let me put my alarm 5 a.m. and I'll see you tomorrow morning. What is going on, people? It's 5:04 in the morning. Yeah, I know I look like, but today is the big day. You know, today is the day where all that effort is gonna definitely pay off. So we gotta start the day strong. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the gym. That's the first step. I'll see you guys there. Alright guys, so I'm back from the gym and now I'm gonna go ahead and get the current weather so I can finish up my navlog. Also, we're gonna go ahead and cook some breakfast here. The truth is, a lot of the time I don't even eat the breakfast because I just get too nervous before the check ride, but I always make it and maybe I'll just have a little bit of it. After that, we're gonna try to be at the airport as early as I can, meet up with my instructor. We'll go over everything one more last time, and I always like to be at the meeting spot 30 minutes before the examiner shows up. So that is the plan, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna get my weather, courtesy of aviationweather.gov. Or gov, that's what I mean. Just trying to be funny here. Definitely the weather looks pretty good here. I'm checking the METARs and the TAF for the Naples airport. So yeah, I'm pretty lucky. Today was an actual check ride. This will definitely be a great day to do one. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all the other information that I need, winds aloft, and all that, so I can complete my navlog. I like finishing the navlog before I even have breakfast or I proceed with anything else, just to have it done, and that way I can just forget about it. Everything looking good, everything is done, looking fresh, ready to head to the airport. My first stop is gonna be the airplane observatory. I just like going there and sitting in my car, or sometimes I get out and I just listen to classical music. It really helps me to relax, and I just sit there and meditate and think about where I was and where I'm going, and think of how important this day is. This is the day where all your effort, all your money, all your time that you invested into this is gonna give you, hopefully, the reward of earning a certificate. So it is a very important day for me. I'm very passionate about what I do, and I really take it seriously. That's why I always, dress up nicely to go to this moment, and it really reflects on you, the way you present yourself. It really transmits to the examiner, and they like to see that because they know you're a serious person and that you like what you do. So I'm gonna head there, and then after that I'm probably gonna go to the airplane, get a couple things ready. I like putting things like my knee board, things that I'm not gonna be using in my oral, setting the whole airplane. That way when I'm doing the pre-flight and stuff, everything is ready to go. I don't have to worry about none of that stuff, and I'll see you guys there. Just arrived to the observatory. It's like sitting here. I listen to some music, some classical music, in particular Overture 1812. That's a very meaningful song to me. I only listen to it when I'm about to do something big, something important, and so it for me is the sound of victory. Okay, for some of you maybe sounds strange, but I'm increasing my odds to pass this test. I've been preparing for it since yesterday and really getting mentalized about what's gonna happen here. Believe it or not, it really helps. Okay, you just don't want to wing it. You want to make sure you have proper preparation. I'm gonna go ahead and do my thing here, and after that I'm just gonna go to the airport and sit right there in front of the door and wait for the examiner. I always do it 30 minutes prior. So there's the chair. I would probably say it's more like the torture chair. So I did go to the torture chair, and I call it torture chair because, man, every time I sit in that chair waiting for the examiner, it just gets I just get super nervous. I mean, my heart is just pumping. But I wasn't able to record more in there because the airport kind of started getting busy, and there's like a bunch of people coming in, and I'm still trying to get used to the camera, so I just decided to finish up the video out here. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm super curious if you guys also have a routine or a ritual that you guys follow before any pilot check ride. I would really appreciate a comment below. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be able to benefit from such information. Please share and be part of the community and comment below. And if you like this video, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. Please subscribe, hit the bell, so that way you get notified anytime I post any other videos. Hope to see you in the next one. Take care.